Hi there. I am Moniquederouen. I am the mind body coach. Today, I want to talk to you specifically about chronic fatigue, adrenal fatigue, and what was going on inside of my body that was stopping me from having the energy that I needed to function for life. When I say function for life, I mean literally get out of bed, feed the kids, care about the way I looked, care about my home. I was in such a deep, dark space for so long, and I stayed spinning in the drama. And the more I felt sadness and disappointment and depression, the more my body felt pain. And the more my body felt pain, the harder it was to function or do things. Just everyday normal things. It was really hard to just function. With that being said, I found a way out of this. So for many, many years, I was in active adrenal fatigue to the point where my eyes were funny. My body was tense and extremely exhausted. My digestion did not function properly. I had migraines multiple times a month, multiple times a week, back pain almost daily. Once I was exhausted and my body began to hurt, the domino effect just kind of happened and it rippled out everywhere. And it was showing up in so many places. I didn't want to do things. I didn't want to be a part of things. It was really, really just sad and heavy. I experienced this for many, many years. I remember the first bouts of this around the age of 16 and went pretty actively until probably between 2016 and 2018. So just the last 5 or 6 years, I have completely began to feel different. And I attribute all of this to my work, what I do now. See, there was a shift. There was something that I began to do differently. I had tons of information. You can see some of the books there, right? I've got bookshelves everywhere. I had tons of information. I had so many certifications, trying to identify in my body what the problem was, right? Like what was causing this, what I need to change, what I need to get rid of, what I need to move through. And I realized after all the searching and all of the digging and all of the investigating, which I'm very good at, and I like knowledge and I like information. But I kept looking and looking and looking for these answers. And I found myself getting more disappointed, further away from the possibility, further away from how to actually do this. I was very stuck. I was very stuck and I was very depressed. And my body just kept hurting more and more and more. I began gaining a lot of weight. I was an emotional mess. At some point, I was on 9 prescription medications a day. I had had many, many surgeries at this point, and nothing seemed to help. Nothing seemed to get me to that next space to help me understand what was actually going on. So the pain grew and the pain evolved. And when my feet hurt, my knees would hurt. And when my knees would hurt, my hips would hurt. And when my hips would hurt, my back would hurt. My back would hurt, my neck would hurt. When my neck would hurt, my arms would hurt. My hands would hurt. I remember at one point my hair hurting, literally inside my scalp. It was so tender. My nervous system was so overactive. My stress level was through the roof, and I didn't even know it. I wasn't even aware of it. Because this type of activation in the body doesn't come from really big, high stressors. We would think that it does. And I remember that being one of the things that I really thought was, I'm not really that stressed in my life. Like, my life isn't bad. My life isn't overwhelming. I've got a pretty decent job. I've got a husband that comes home every night. My kids are pretty good teenagers, right? Like, they have their moments, but I couldn't pinpoint it. I couldn't understand. And everything that I was doing that I thought was to help me felt like it was pushing me further away. And I had all this knowledge and all these books and all these courses and all these credits and all this stuff. And I was getting so frustrated that it wasn't working for me. In fact, I threw books away. I might have ripped up a few certifications at one point. It felt hopeless, truly hopeless. And I was at a space that I could not decipher what was going on. It felt so confusing. I didn't understand how to do it or how to get through it or how to be different. And I just kept showing up and trying and trying and trying and trying. And I was actually exhausting my adrenals more and more and more. Every single day, every single time I tried more, I was hurting myself more. But I couldn't see it then. So when I began using the integrative approach, things made sense differently. I hired the mentor that created the program. I've worked with her since 2016, 17. I became a personal client in 2018. And I was shown things and I experienced things that I could not have read from a book, that I could not have understood any other way than what I did. The embodiment of presence was a game changer. It showed me how to get into my body, to slow down these intrusive thoughts that were just tearing me apart. And I got real results. And the more I practiced this method, the more I became a different version. The more I moved this pain. To have energy, we have to create energy. We have to make energy. And when you're depressed and you don't want to get out of the bed and everything you do hurts, your mind can't even understand how that's possible. Because of my own experience and lack of energy, lack of vibrancy, just being stagnant. Once I understood this, then I was able to bring it in and use everything that I had learned before. All the information that I had made sense. So much knowledge came through. And I was actually living out is work. Not just reading it in a book, but living it, being it, doing it. But that how was getting me caught up so much over and over and over. And did you know that every time you think a thought, your body drops a rush of adrenaline? And so the more I explored and researched and tried to figure out, and every time I didn't get the result I wanted, my body just fired adrenaline over and over and over and over and over. And every time that adrenaline fired, I got weaker and more tired. I was cranky. I was angry. I was in pain. I probably wasn't very pleasant to be around. In fact, I know that I lost a lot of relationships because of it. I know that I lost a lot of friends because of the way I felt and the disappointment that I had with everything. It was so hard. So when I finally began to use this information differently and be able to change and be able to heal these things in me that I did not know how to do before, my life began to change. With bringing this energy back into myself, with being able to realign, with being able to trust who I am inside me and remove out everything that they told me to do and be and become and act like or whatever. When I took all that away and I really just tapped in to the punchline, to the integrative approach, the way I did life became different. I lost over 50 pounds. I jump up out of bed, full of energy, full of life. I smile. I don't look for the scary out there anymore. I know what's available. And I've gotten some pretty amazing results. Living in ease and flow is magical. There's truly nothing like inner knowing and trust. And I really thought for a long time that I already had that. I was certain that I did. I bulldozed through life. I held on tightly. I made it work. I pushed through, I white knuckled, I forced. And I got somewhere. I really did. I really did. But this is so much more rewarding. It's so much more satisfying. It's so much more fulfilling. The need to push through and press and know and figure it out and all that was so aggressive. And my body just couldn't handle it. It worked. We got there. And I was miserable. And I was a mess. And I was depressed and I was overweight. And I didn't feel good. And I didn't want to get out of bed. And I really didn't care if people in my house ate or took a bath. I just didn't. That was my reality day in and day out. And now it's so free. It's so flexible. See, I needed to have freedom in my physical body to be able to do what I wanted to do, to live the life that I wanted to live, to go to the yoga classes, to be a part of the hiking community, to ride a bike, to go out and do things that light me up, that bring me joy, that have fun for me. And my body just didn't want to do it. And I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed because I shouldn't have been overweight. I shouldn't have been that inflexible. I should have been able to have better balance, right? I kept thinking that I should have been different, but I wasn't. And I was caught in this mound of dissonance. And every time I had dissonance, I had more pain, I had more separation, more confusion. And it was so hard to be there. It was so uncomfortable to be there, which is probably why I pushed and fought and white knuckled. But that didn't get me what I wanted. It kept me alive. It got me out of there, but it didn't give me joy and satisfaction and pleasure and ease. It didn't bring me excitement. It didn't bring me to the next version of myself. It didn't light me up. I want to be lit up. I want to be excited. I want to be doing things different. And so I'd ask you, is what you're doing on a daily basis bringing you excitement? Does your body feel free and flexible and strong and grounded? Did you know you can feel all those things? Are you tired? Are you sick and tired? Are you sick and tired of feeling sick and tired? It's where I was. And I thought so many things. And I thought I could never get here. And I thought this may never be available for me. And I'm glad I was wrong. Glad I was wrong about that. I'm so glad that I tried. I'm so glad that I gave it my all. I'm so glad that I committed and decided to do this. Because without those 5 simple steps, I may still be a big mess of confusion and pain. And I don't think that I came to this earth to just live confused and in pain. I think I came here for a good life, for something fun, for a little bit more, for some excitement. What about you? What do you think you came here for? What did you want to do? What do you want to do? What's keeping you from doing the things that you want to do? What's stopping you from that? If you don't know, let's have a conversation. If you do know and you can't figure out how to get there, let's definitely have a conversation. We create energy from inside of us naturally. And when you've been broken down and hurt and depressed, and you don't think it's possible, it's so painful. It's so painful to be there. And I found out we don't have to stay there. Pain doesn't have to be a life sentence. And we can totally conquer this. There are very effective methods that I teach and use, not only with my personal clients, but with myself. And the results have just been mind-blowing. And I'm ready to share this work with you. If what I've said to you today resonates at all, I'm going to put a little link below. It's my scheduling app. I'm in Mountain Time. Just schedule a consultation call. These calls are complimentary, and we can discuss the best place for you. I actually have multiple options at this point. So many ways to work with you, so many ways to help. And I have some spots opening up. And so if you feel like you're tired of being tired, if you're tired of the pain, if you're tired of feeling what you're feeling right now, this is what I do. This is what I help with. And so let's schedule a call. 25 minutes, me and you, just kind of discuss what's going on, see what would be the best option. I look forward to hearing from you. And know that the support is here, because I remember being there. I remember being in this space where it was so uncomfortable and I just wanted different. And because of that experience, I am well equipped to help you get to that next space. Which brings me to my most exciting news that I'm ready to share. I've been holding on to this for a little while, processing it, questioning it, making sure it was a good fit. And I have recently decided to partner with an amazing coaching community. I was invited to be their expert mind-body coach. So I will help people there with chronic pain. The beauty of this is that I have partnered with Self-Healing Masters, and this community is amazing. We have multiple coaches in there. They're going to help you. So many opportunities. You're going to get access to relationship and intimacy coaches. You're going to get access to human design coaches. You're going to get access to me as the pain body and the mind body coach. You're going to get access to creative play coaches. We are so excited to bring this amazing group together. So if you want in on that, DM me. I have a link specifically for you to get you in there. This option, y'all, mind-blowing. $99 a month. Can't beat it. We are going to have the most amazing community in there. All of these coaches teach from the integrative approach. It's going to be awesome. And so if you've been considering working with me, but you're just not sure where to start, go ahead, just book a consultation. Let's have a call. Let's get you all squared away. Let's find the best space for you to start. Again, there's multiple options. Have group options, one-on-ones, so many different ways. We're not going to get on all that right now. But when you schedule the call and we see where you are, we can find a placement perfect for you. So I am so excited to be here. So excited to share this news with you. Look forward to what's going to happen in Self-Healing Masters moving forward. We are going to have some amazing events, some pretty awesome workshops coming up. It's so good. It's so good. You don't have to stay in pain. You don't have to stay in fatigue. We can move this through the body in a way that you have never tried before. I promise you've never done it this way before. I know this because my coach created the program. And so I have a way to help you that you have not tried before. I encourage you to connect, to investigate, to ask some questions. If you feel like this sounds like a good place for you, a good start, let's talk. I am Moniquederouen. I am the Integrative Mind Body Coach, and I teach people how to self-heal. And I have a space opening up for you. You don't have to stay in pain, and I can help you get there. Have a great day.